Yes!
Hey.
Hey, people. It is the first episode of The Queenagers. Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
I am Nana. My friends call me Nans.
And my name is Sherona Knight, but you can call me She Be Cool or Sugar JK, whichever one suits you. But Sherona Knight is fine.
Formal.
Formal.
All right. So you guys are really going to get to know me and Shay.
Yes.
As we go through this. We are now your new favourite podcast ever. Your internet besties. All right, let's kick it off. How has your new year been?
You know what?
What happened?
I think my new year kind of started in and around September.
Oh, wow.
So I think I've just been on the same flow from September up until sort of December. And it's kind of still going in that direction. Yeah. But it's been quiet. It's been quaint. It's been probably the quietest I've ever been. Yeah. Because I'm not quiet at all. Mm-hmm. Like I'm consistently like going. And I've slowed right down. Like, you know,
stayed in, innit?
I stayed in. Like a lot.
Imagine that.
I know. Sometimes, like, you know, the heifers would be like, yo, come out and do this. And I'll be like, yeah. And literally about an hour before, or maybe even like the morning, I'll go, yeah, nah, I can't actually physically get the movement to go. But it's not a bad thing.
No, sometimes you got to slow down.
It's like a, you know, take time out kind of moment, you know?
Yes. It's a shame we didn't get it together to go out around Christmas time or New Year's. We all stayed in.
We let ourselves down.
Why the fuck you lying?
We were very terrible this Christmas. Like we said, yeah, well, let's do our Christmas dinner or let's meet up for Christmas for a drink. And
didn't happen.
Not a thing.
Nothing compared to going into 2024. We were on it. There was a lot of things that we did. Yeah. But maybe that's the sign of we're doing this new pod. Yeah. We are going to be seeing each other weekly.
Yeah, definitely.
And so
definitely.
It's just like, let's just chill.
Yeah.
And get into the new year.
Yeah. And I think we also like, because we're communicating on that level of it's cool. Don't worry. It's not going to be bad if we don't see each other because we're going to see each other soon.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't worry about it for now.
That's true. That's true.
You know,
that was a thing actually. You know,
I'm gonna see you.
Yes,
bitch.
Weekly. Weekly. And guys, you will get to know us even more as we go through this journey. But me and Shay have been friends for over 30 years.
Yep.
We have gone through secondary school, college, uni. Literally, we went to the same institutions. Like, we're that tight. So you're gonna get to know us properly as well. All right, let's get into
just before we get into it though, I just want to say, like, I wore this because I just want to be fabulous this afternoon. and anytime I see something that slightly upsets me, all I have to do is just rub the fur. Just
so is it staying on?
You know, it's a bit like clutching pearls. So what
You're gonna clutch your fur.
Oh.
So stupid.
I'm taking it off. I'm gonna.
No, you should keep it on.
I mean, I'm still broadcasting as well, and this is Northern Line Records as well. So I'm just letting you know. I work with these people, so I'm not even going to tell you who they are. I'm just going to say go check them out because they've got some bad tunes.
Northern Line Records.
Northern Line Records. Northern Line Records. Initially, Bassline.
Okay.
Great song that they put out remix wise was "Do You Mind?" Funky house tune. And then that got turned into One Dance.
Drake's, Drake's
so
okay.
Great people, you know. I only roll with the best, you get me.
Exactly, see it there, yeah.
So yes.
This is very
but
nice,
yes, this is lovely.
Okay. Oh, you know what? We need our intro. And you know every week you're probably going to change it. Yeah. But give us a new type of Queenagers song.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
It's the Queenagers. It's the Queenagers. It's the Queenagers. Queenagers. It's the Queenagers. It's the Queenagers. It's the Queenagers. And we roll. We're royal. It's the Queenagers.
Yes. I love it. Okay. That's the first one. Guys, let us know. Should this make an appearance again? Or shall we keep on trying to find our signature tune?
Yeah, because we had a really good one on Saturday. But
I'm actually gonna find it. I'll find a clip and put it in.
Yeah.
Will I start and then you come in?
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
All right. So we are the Queenagers. I am Nana Evans, and my friends call me Nan, and she is
Sherona Night.
Sherona. What do your friends call you?
Sugar Shake K. Oh, and she be cool. But you can call me Shay. Queenagers. Queenagers.
That's the intro.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Coolio. We also do have producer man Rusty Knee in the house as well.
That's all right. It only took you 8 minutes 52 seconds to acknowledge me. It's cool. It's cool. Right. Just out here, working, not getting no acknowledgement or nothing, but safe, innit?
We respect you, man.
Yes. You are needed. Thank you. Rusty Knee is in the house. Do you like that new name?
Rusty Knee.
No.
It's a Rusty Knee.
Not at all. Knee is absolutely fine.
Okay.
It's like crusty knee.
I've done with that.
She said crusty knee.
You said crusty knee.
I
Don't try it. Don't try it. You said it.
All right. Let's go into it. Let's go.
First video that we will be discussing is from London girl, London Hughes, and she has now moved to America, and she's been stirring up quite an interesting debate online, just giving insight into why she left the UK and moved to the US and how it's worlds apart.
Oh my God, I love this question. Okay, this is my example of how much you get paid in the UK in entertainment versus the US. So I'm a stand-up comedian and I'm a writer, and I've written a lot of things in the UK. In the UK, the most I've ever been paid for a script is £1,000, which turns out to be about $1,200. And I was so grateful for that £1,000. I wrote a script, I gave it to Comedy Central UK. They bought it for £1,000. That's the most I've ever made as a writer in the UK. And I moved to America in 2020. And as a new writer in America, I sell my first script to NBC. I sold that script for 6 figures. 6 figures. The most money I've ever been paid at that time for anything, times 100, times 10. I'm terrible at maths. Basically, it was life-changing money for me at the time. And the show that I sold to NBC didn't even get made. So I got paid that money and I got that experience. I got to go to the NBC lot and write my own show. And unfortunately, it didn't get picked up, but I still got paid. And now that's my rate in America. That's my base rate. So because I've been paid that already, anyone else who pays me for a project has to top it. So the next project I sold in America, I sold for $250,000. So yeah, there's a big difference. Very big difference in pay. And yes, I live good in America because I get paid good in America.
So, should all black creatives be leaving the UK
In the droves.
to jump ship and go to America? Like,
In the
are we
droves.
stupid staying here?
All right, look, there's 2 things going on with America. One is that you've got a huger amount of people
That's
per
true.
state.
Yeah.
So, say for instance, in one state, you have more people in a certain state than you have in the whole of the UK,
Yeah,
right?
like Texas.
Like Texas,
Yeah.
right? So you have to take that into consideration in terms of the reach of where those programs will be going. So,
Okay.
for instance, she said Comedy Central over here.
Yeah.
£1,000. Where does Comedy Central go? Apart from here, where in the world does it go? So BBC, for instance, like BBC should pay better, for instance.
Yeah.
However, BBC pay a bit of a bog standard price for a lot of the.
I don't think the BBC
simple
would be
things.
much more
No.
than getting paid from Comedy Central, although BBC programs are sold worldwide.
which
but
is
our
what I'm
pay
gonna
is
say, yeah.
shit.
So in terms of that, if it was BBC, you should barter for more, because not only do they have the backing of the country anyway, they've also got taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
UK, is it the TV license money as well? And there are people that still pay TV license though.
Yeah.
Don't believe the hype. So you should get that and then some. You should get royalties for when it's shown and things like that as well. Like you should get back pays. When I used to dance, Top of the Pops, I used to get like, you know, years after, I'd get like a little money from them. So you should get money.
Was like reshown.
If they show Top of the Pops in India or somewhere else, or put it on Top of the Pops too, you get a little change. I haven't had it for a while.
But if your base pay over here is so low, like in comparison, £1,000 to her first script getting, let's say she said 6 figures, so we'll go with 100K she got. That's a wild difference, even with the amount of people that's in the US. That's a crazy difference of standard of pay.
I think there's like, you've got, again, the other side of it being that in the US, they've got this sort of thing about healthcare that's different for us over here. So I'll give you another example. I don't want to keep going on about my old dancing career, but
when I was a dancer,
boom cat. When I used to dance, my first job for an American artist was in Barcelona, and they came here to find the dancers and take us over to Barcelona.
Right.
And obviously at first we was just like, oh my God, it's amazing. You know, the choreographer was America, the assistant choreographer was America, obviously the artist was American. So it was very much like exciting, and it was MTV, so it was exciting.
Okay.
However, halfway through doing it, we realized why we was picked. And the main reason is that if the artist actually brought the dancers over from the US, she would have to pay insurance.
Yeah.
Up front.
Yeah.
And insurance up front is £10,000.
Wow.
Up
Is
front,
that per dancer?
per dancer.
Wowzers.
So instead of doing that, they came to the UK and we got paid what we got paid. So we didn't get no insurance, and no one told us about that. So, you know, when it comes down to it, like, we actually got up on the stage, and the stage was stairs going up into the skies, and 2 of the dancers dropped. And didn't drop off, but dropped on.
Oh my God!
Because
like
we didn't have barriers, and the flooring was laminate, and we were wearing heels, and 2 dropped and got told to come downstairs and dance downstairs. I ended up staying on my second podium. They scuffed my. I mean, I was pretty nifty with the feet and everything, but they scuffed my boots, and they made sure that everybody else that was on the actual staircase and dancing on the podiums had scuffed shoes so that they didn't fall. And yes, that would have been the insurance they would have had to have paid up front.
The UK is supplying cheap talent,
basically.
So if you think about it, so either way, even though London got paid so much more than she would have got over here, definitely. Like, I don't know how long she'd have to be working as a writer in this country to even see 100K. I don't know. I think that's like when you are writing for maybe like ITV, like a full-on season, and you've done that for like 25 years to get that type of a pay. So we're cheap labor.
We're cheap labor. The thing about it as well is that when Americans come over here, they're paid handsomely. So it's weird, because to me, it's across the board a disrespect.
Yeah.
There isn't enough respect for us in our country as we are, because we don't pump up ourselves in the same way that Americans do. The ego thing is not, it's not to be something you hide from. You don't shrink from being big and broad and out there.
It's not the British way, though.
It's not the British way.
Not in our, it's not in how we are taught in any way. And you don't get celebrated over here when you are blowing your own trumpet as well. Not like Americans. Like, we don't have that same type of culture. So it is like you just put up and shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
And then when we leave to go to America, I think this highlights also why so many Black British talent do go to America, because you can see the pay discrepancies. But when we go, it's not like we're met with open arms.
No.
Like, people actually understand. But so much of American, especially Black American culture, is fed to us as culture. So we can kind of assimilate quite easily. We all know the accent from when we're kids.
We can do the accent like very well.
Easily.
They cannot do our accent at all.
Yeah, because we don't have any media that goes over there other than Top Boy.
I think it's only now that they're being able to kind of go, like, try and talk like some of the guys from Top Boy or whatever. But before then, you know, it was like Denzel doing that terrible accent, you know?
Oh my God.
I don't understand, do you? The 200 pound has got nothing to do with it.
I appreciate your predicament.
Appreciate. You don't appreciate nothing. Where were you when the bullets started flying, eh? Hiding behind your desk, shitting yourself like the rest of your kind. Well, I was out there, in the cold, in the dark, in the shit.
Oh my God, that is the worst. That is literally.
It's that, and I think
at least he only did it once, though.
Yeah, Brad Pitt does a terrible one as well. And no,
but Brad Pitt does a good Irish one.
Wait, he does a good Irish one.
Yeah.
It's not English that he does a terrible one. He did a West Indian accent. It was terrible.
Brad Pitt did a West Indian accent.
Yeah. And Benjamin Button or one of them was.
Yeah, it wasn't Benjamin Button. I can't remember the name of the film, but he's like a ghost.
It was weird, innit?
Yeah,
He kept on like morphing into different people or something like that.
And so there's a hospital scene, and it's an old Jamaican lady.
Yeah.
Your sister, no devil, no duppy. Everything going to be irie.
I know, man. I know, duppy. Bad, really bad.
Oh, man, it's terrible, yeah. But yeah,
Oh, be right. Will be evil and not evil, oh man. And what you is then? I from that next place.
Understanding that you can get paid well here, but you can get paid better out there.
It's a lot better though.
Yeah, it's a lot better, and I think it's actually getting worse. I think whereas before we would get paid handsomely for certain things, I think now they know that there's people that will do it for free, so they'll just bring the price even further down, and then they will only pay more if you've already got your own traction and your own audience. That's the only way that they want to give you more.
Yeah.
If you've already kind of like done stuff from 10 years ago, they'll give you more. But if you're trying to come through now and you're talented, you're talented, great. But we've got so many talented people in front of us. We'll just
because there's a lot of talented people in the country anyway. I think it's a shame that we don't really have a solid industry here that pays really well. If she went in 2020, and so far we can deduce pocket watching that she has earned 350k. That is something that most people over here, that's like their lifetimes of getting work in. That's their type of pay. And really they would have to be doing all of their own projects, trying to find work in Europe and everything else. Like, you're not going to see that money.
Yeah.
And that's in 4 years.
I mean, look, okay, for instance, if you do think about it like this, it's like if your track does well over here, if you've got a song that comes out over here, they might offer you like 650, $1,000, maybe a couple of grand, maybe
for your song.
For your song, yeah. Maybe
who's offering you that?
Like if you've got a good song, like
like the record company,
labels, yeah.
Wow.
It goes from anything from don't offer you nothing, and royalties, or offer you 250, but maybe they want to take you advance, like use it as an advance. Sorry, they might say that £250 in advance you have to pay it back, or you might get something like 650. Upwards. And I would say smaller independent labels may only offer that much. Bigger labels will be in the grands.
Yeah.
If your song is then sort of like it gets really, really, really big, or you have sort of like an artist in America that's massive that takes your song and uses it, that's when the labels will offer you 6 figures.
See, that's crazy.
Absolutely crazy. The thing is, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know, and I'll tell you the way that the balance is. I think I saw a video on TikTok, and I didn't get to send that to you actually. There's this video on TikTok, and basically they're saying that in the UK we're 40% poorer than US workers. So like GDP wise, how much they get paid compared to what we get paid. It's like we are 40% poorer.
I would even think it may even be more.
Yeah. Well,
actually,
ChatGPT did say it's less. It's 25 to 30%.
That's what they were saying was the pay discrepancy.
The pay discrepancy isn't as bad. And then if you consider like healthcare, that they have to pay for their healthcare and stuff like that, and we have a free UK healthcare system here, that is the main reason why people don't run. But if you're kind of like teetering between the two and you're not a full American citizen, you can do that. And if you need to get your healthcare, you can come back. But obviously, if you need to go straight away, that's different.
I think it's worth actually leaving here, especially with a 40%. Definitely being at Essence Fest and seeing the amount of black women there. And when they open up their wallets, the sheer amount of money. Yeah. I've never seen so many people have wads of cash to spend ever at any festival ever.
Really?
It was just so much money, and the spending power it's like, no, we ain't got that over here. No. Like, we're not even close. I understand why we don't even have a festival similar to that over here, because we don't have the capital. But British people go on like we actually have money, and it's not true.
We have credit.
And they have more credit over there. It's like everything is bigger. So guys, I need you guys to understand why we're there. Like, you have to see us as your poor cousins. We got to come over and make some money in the US,
that whole thing about, don't come over here and try and get like work. Like, you come here.
Yeah.
Act like a British person. You try to get work, yeah? Because it's not the same.
But even that, it is because they are the rich cousins, for real. When they do come over here, they do get the royal treatment. But there isn't that many jobs, and I think a lot of them find that. It is like, okay, we get treated really well, but you guys' industry sucks because you ain't really got an industry.
It sucks.
So, like, big up to London Hughes, though.
Yeah, very, very well. Like, I'm amazed by it. I'm proud of her. I'm glad that's what she's doing, and more power to her and the rest of us trying to get that pocket fat. 'Cause I'm thinking about it right now.
Would you go? Would you? I know we're in our 40s. Would you go?
There would have been a time I would have gone.
Yeah.
I went to New York once in 2010, and it was so cold. I thought, I can't go to New York. Whatever happens, I just can't go to New York. Because I love New York, right? I love New York. Like, it's one of my, that is the city when I first went there. Remember when we went there?
Yeah.
I was in love. But, and I
was
went
that
back
the first time when we went? Was that the first time
as well? That's the first time I went, yeah. But,
okay, that was my first. That was
2001.
Yeah.
Just before the 9/11.
Oh my gosh, it was.
Yeah, it was
yes,
summer.
We went in the summer. Yeah. That was a good... It's funny though, because that trip I thought I was going to fall in love with New York, and I didn't. I thought it was a big London, and I was like, actually, I think I prefer London. But we was in Washington Heights.
That's right, we was far.
And we didn't really... All we did was go downtown,
That's
really.
Right. We didn't really do much, and we was there for a month.
Yeah, we was there for a long time, and we did... What was we even doing? We did go clubbing a bit, but I didn't find my place. Going to Brooklyn...
I just remember the ghost man. Do you remember the ghost man? That was with the long hair, and he looked like a ghost. He looked like a ghoul. He was like really tall, and he was in this club, and every time we went to another club, he was there.
No.
And I think he was even on the train at one point.
Oh, flip sake, no!
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing, the ghost man.
We saw Mos Def.
We saw Mos Def.
I remember that.
He's not that tall.
Mos Def is very short. Did you think he was tall? He looked short to me.
No, he was tiny.
But I didn't think he was tall.
I was looking down at him. I was wearing heels.
I don't know if he was that small.
I was wearing heels. He's not a tall guy.
No, he's not a tall guy. Yeah, I didn't like Manhattan, I would say. But going to Brooklyn, I definitely did like Brooklyn more.
Brooklyn was nice.
And I could probably live there, but it's not an immediate choice of a state. I'd go and live in New Orleans. Definitely. I loved New Orleans, but not really New York.
I don't know why. I used to love it, but I think I loved the hustle and bustle, and I didn't mind the heat. I know Nana did not like the heat.
Yeah, I don't like heat. I am. All right, well, let's see. Okay. What I want to show... I want to show a couple of videos from our youth in our Then and Now section.
Oh, then and Now. This is the big one. See, this is me. I love a Then and Now because I still think that we was in the best period of time ever in history. I feel sorry for you lot growing up now. It's just dry. It's a dry thing.
You know what? As they were doing the boo,
Was you doing it?
Russell claims.
Who's Russell?
Sorry, Nee claims that him and his brother and you remember Mark, they started that.
Oh, come on.
We did. And you can't prove otherwise.
When though?
What year?
I can't remember the year.
We
We were
need
talking
to
over 20
cross-ref-
years ago. I can't remember the year, but we started it. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, because I mean, we was doing it from a long time.
When was you doing it?
I
like
think
1997, maybe.
Yeah,
You was doing it from 96.
Did you you're just saying that?
I think definitely
That's so bad.
one of our first garage. No, it probably wasn't that early then, because garage.
I just said 1970. It weren't that early.
It was about 2000,
isn't
isn't
it?
it?
I just don't know why.
The point is we made it up. The point is we.
So you're saying you guys were in a dance and you was like,
Shall I tell you where we were?
Yeah, go on then.
What's the one in Blackfriars that overlooks the river?
That's Coliseum.
No, it's not.
Which
By
side?
Blackfriars
Which
Station,
side, though? Which side?
Mermaid Theatre, north side.
Oh, that was okay. Mermaid Theatre. Yeah.
Yeah. The was it Glass? No.
It was called Glass
Glass
House.
House.
Yeah, it was in there. When the DJ drops a tune,
Yeah.
and it's like, so it's almost an extension of how black culture bad became good, wicked
Right.
became good.
Oh,
And so if
okay,
you boo someone, it's a bad thing. But we were like, boo. Like, so it's not boo, it's boo, because actually you're going on bad.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Listen, don't talk to me like I'm any
saying,
guy.
Yeah, that is how it came about, but I don't know if you guys were the ones that did it first.
Listen, if you
But
don't
okay.
want to give me my flowers, it's fine, isn't it?
But, all right, so this.
So it wasn't Dynamite then.
I'm
I'm joking.
Of course it wasn't.
I'm joking. I'm joking. The way you believe me as well. So it wasn't Dynamite.
I was getting ready to
No,
switch.
we were definitely saying boo before Dynamite, but this clip is from 2001 Imperial Gardens. I never actually made it to that venue, but the whole aesthetic was exactly what we looked like when we were going raving.
Yeah,
all
we
the
were
time.
dressed to impress.
Yep.
Wearing the stylish finesse suits. Morgan Cha-ching.
Yes, Morgan. Oh my
love
God,
Morgan.
we loved the Morgan
Jane
outfit.
Norman,
Yes.
Kukai, you name it. It had to be like boot cut, or it had to be like a long dress, or you know, if you did wear a short dress, you know, you had to kind of like wear boots with it or something.
Yes,
you know?
short dress and boots.
Short dress
and
and
if it was
boots.
short as well, it was usually like sparkly.
That's right.
Either like it had to be kind of like glittery type of.
If it was a
like
dress,
sequins,
If it was a dress, you would wear your heels. You'd wear like, you know, your demure looking heels.
Yeah,
If
I
you
always
can-
needed a block heel
Yeah.
because I've never been able to do stilettos and still can't.
I think 96 was more like the platform styled block heel.
Yes.
And then it
That was
got to-
jungle though.
Yeah, jungle. But when it got to sort of like garage and like past the R&B kind of phase as well, them heels, them kitten heels that people used to wear. Remember kitten
Yeah,
heels?
I love the kitten heel.
That's too much for me.
I love a kitten heel now. They've
Can't
come back.
balance
I love that they're back again.
I can't balance them.
Is it? Yeah.
But I just think personally, the caliber of venues that we had, the spaces that we could go to, even if it was in a warehouse.
Yeah.
Like
Adrenaline Village.
Yeah, Adrenaline Village. There was quite a few. Jungle Mania had a couple ones as well. So it's like we had places to go.
All right. We're gonna go into. This is what I'm calling life's a lesson.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, all of you that know me already will know that I'm always trying to get into my friends' business all the time. I want to know who they're dating, what their dating life is like, and what has been going on with them. So, and I want you guys to get into Shay's business.
What? Wait.
Don't care, you're gonna feel. Forget the gym, forget dieting. If you want to lose weight, get with a Nigerian man. I beg. Hey, oh God. They're going to add stress to your life. You will never know peace again. And the girlies, we have been feeling it. Every report I've received from anyone dating a Nigerian guy, especially in London, it's been heartbreak and trauma. This good sis was trying to warn us, and we didn't hear. And there's a lot of feelings involved. Man, you like stress. You like problems. And there's this thing about the Yoruba demons. I really thought it was a myth. It's real. They are so toxic. Toxicity king. You'll be living in a toxic waste dump if you're dating a Nigerian man. And I don't know what it is about this new craze. You know, where it's a thing now to date an African guy or Nigerian guys. They seem to be very high on the list right now. But God forbid, what it's proven is that
we need to just go back to DH Gates and just be collecting the Caribbean men. God forbid not Jamaicans, because Lord, they're still down there, with very few exceptions. But if you don't hear, you're going to feel. And the London girlies, they have been feeling it.
You'll be going through emotions. Hey, why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling? Because you're with a Nigerian man. They're never gonna give you peace, baby. You can like them for the aesthetic, but baby, to be with them, you will lose weight because you'll be stressed. The fuck you got?
Stressed. So, you've dabbled with a Nigerian man or two. Was it stressful? Should the girlies be avoiding a Nigerian man and going back to the Caribbean men? Is that the way forward?
Ooh, wait.
I know it's loaded, isn't it?
It's so loaded.
But what was
First
your
and
experience
foremost,
like with a Nigerian man?
You know, we are not a monolith. You know, not every Nigerian man is the same. They come in different sort of packages and different sort of like situations. From my experience of dating someone who was Nigerian, I've had quite good experience, to be fair. I think only one of them was stressful, but I was like 20, so that's different, you know.
Was he a cheater?
Yeah, but it wasn't even just that. It's just across the board, like even just conversations was just like, it's headache. It's like arguing at a high level, of like debating on a high level. Okay. And it would always be like, why are you doing that though? And then like, you know, running that home. And I'll just be like, through the phone. But in general, if we're talking about the stress that they're talking about, it's stressful in a good way.
Why? How? Explain.
Stressful in a good way. And that's all I'm going to say.
That's disgusting. So disgusting.
Sherona said it's stressful in a good way.
Yeah, you know, just fun people.
But they are in demand now.
They're fun people. But I think they know they're in demand now. I don't know. I haven't dated one for a while.
Yeah. You know, like on all the reality shows, the Nigerian men are in demand. Like literally, like the Nigerian guys, they got the money. They're getting all the baddies. It's like,
I think there's that side of things as well.
Yeah.
So I think like aside from sort of like the basic sort of, you know, how do you interact if you're attracted to them or whatever, I think the way in which when they go into a party and they have a good time or whatever, and the way that they'll just be like, you know, they'll buy the bottles. Or they'll have somebody that runs the club that gives them a little deal or something like that as well, because you've got those people as well. And you just like, you know, I've been, you know, out with one of my friends and at one of the African clubs up in Enfield.
Okay.
And yeah, it was on and popping.
I mean, that time when we went to Pier 1, with Mon, and all of the people that were splashing out cash and being like, do you want a drink? But not just a drink, leaving a bottle. They were the Nigerian guys.
And then go around the back and get you some stew beef or something like that.
Yeah, it's true. Even when she was saying it, she was like, no, you don't really need money. Like, they'll just buy you drinks. And the bottles. Yeah.
I mean, I'm partial, you know, to a little bit of, you know, whining and dining. My thing is like past that, what happens? Do you know what I mean? Like, is the substance.
Nothing in life is for free.
There you go.
Do you feel like if they are there constantly buying drinks or providing the bottles, do you feel an obligation to be like, okay, at least I'm going to give you a date, or I'm going to give you a little bit of, you know?
I don't have no obligation to nobody. If I like you, I like you. I know though that there are people that are like that.
Yeah.
I know that there are women who would be like, you know, that's good dating material. So I don't know if it's necessarily that's an obligation. It's more sort of like, well, he did that, so he's probably going to do more. You know,
and then they'll follow through.
And then you follow through.
Lord.
And look, the reality is that, you know, there are many people who are in like really wonderful relationships with these types of people, and there's nothing wrong with it. You know,
I don't think a good relationship can come from meeting somebody in a club. I actually think it's probably one of the worst place to meet somebody. And I know, especially at an older age, even maybe when you're young, you may get lucky and you meet your husband. But I really think the club is probably the worst place to meet somebody.
So where do you think is the best place to meet somebody?
I think it's through
work.
Work can be one, or an intro.
Yeah, I think
I actually think an introduction,
or
or studying together in some way. But I definitely don't think a club is the right environment, actually, at all.
Do you think, though, that there's just certain types of people that are in the clubs for a certain reason, and that's why? Because there's some people that are not in the club for that reason. They're just literally there for a birthday party. Maybe they're just there for a good time. Do you know what I mean? And so they don't have that. And so if they meet someone, they just don't have to be single at the time. They meet somebody that's serious about life and stuff. That could be just once in a. So I don't know. I very rarely have had relationships from people that I've gone clubbing with. Do you know what I mean? That I've met through the club. It's always been like, someone that I know.
See,
you know?
I don't know too many people that have been successful meeting somebody in a club. Just wanted to impart that little life lesson. Like, you probably are not going to meet your husband in a club.
I don't know about that, but
probably not. Let us know in the comments. Am I way off? You guys will know I've been out of the game for a very long time, so yes. I may not know what's going on out there, but I don't think a club is the right place. Incorrect.
We might have to do a bit of a look over our friendship lists and see those people who have made it via the club.
Maybe see if there's a
we'll
poll.
Find a couple that did. And get their opinion.
I mean, or if you met your significant other in a club, let us know and give us the chirps in lines that you actually did. All right, we're going to close quickly. This is our last section.
All right, let's go.
It's the battle.
All right.
This is when we take a statement, a wild statement, and me and Sherona are going to battle it out. We're going to be for and against, and you are going to leave us messages in the comments as to who won. Let us know who won this battle, and we will be doing this weekly. We're taking this very serious. Nee is going to read out the first statement.
Wigs, weaves, and relaxed hair are forms of deception.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Personally, I think that they are. I remember I was in Stratford, Westfield one day, and I was walking down the pathway, and I saw this woman from behind, and I saw her hair, and her hair was really long, and it looked really sort of like, white from behind. And then as I was getting closer, because I was just looking at I was like, it's a bit too neat. It looked like it had just been combed and sprayed and set, but it was still flowing in the wind a bit, do you know what I mean? But it was still kind of coming together a bit, not like normal hair. And I was like, is it or not, a real person's hair, or is it a wig, or is it a black girl, or is it a white girl? And obviously it was a black girl. So what I'm trying to say is that the deception was, from when I first saw it from behind, I was like, that's a white girl, or that's a Latino girl, or an Indian girl maybe. But it was definitely not none of those people. It was a black girl. So it's deception.
I'm saying that it is not a form of deception. As somebody who has relaxed hair, I was not deceiving anybody. This was purely a preference. I wanted to change my appearance for a certain time, not lying to anybody. I am still me. I just wanted a different aesthetic. And I think as a black woman who goes through a lot, I should be able to change my aesthetic at will whenever I want to, whether that's flinging on a wig, whether that's having a weave, whatever I want to do, change my hair color, I should be able to do it and not be called a liar or a traitor to my race.
Yeah, but when you think about it, when you think about what relaxer does this. When you go to the club, or you go out raving, or you go to a bar, or you go work or anything, your hair is straight like this, yeah? But the moment it starts to sweat out, if you go to the gym or anything like that, it still is like,
straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
My hair is not like relaxed, yeah? The deception is that if I was to have relaxed hair, it's like that's how my hair is. That's naturally how my hair is. It's not. Naturally, if my hair is straightened like this by the ceramics and stuff like that, when it goes back into a natural state, it will be like this. It will be shrinkage. It will be curls. It may even be tough in the middle. So there is deception. Now, the thing is, if you are dating somebody fresh and you go in with this, you know, woohoo, your hair is amazing. And then, you know, afterwards, you know, you have your sweat out and whatever. The person is going to judge you based on what you look like before and what you look like after. Are we lying? I know I'm not lying. So I think the deception is from morning. It's from the get-go. It's like, you know, you're trying to look a certain way from the get-go so that you do not get denied friendships, partners, work opportunities.
That is not the only reason why. Now, these may be byproducts. That is very true. That can take place. But we should have the freedom to express ourselves however we want to, whether our hair is curly, coily, or you want it straight or in different colours. We should be able to express ourselves freely in this world and not have to justify why we have our preferences. I think that is actually putting black women under a spotlight that other people don't have. But we can't just express ourselves freely. We have been doing this since millennia. There are pictures of various different ancient tribes that had straight hair, that used wigs. Like literally in Egypt, there are people, they had wigs on as well. They had straight hair. They used different methods, whether it was threads. This has been going on for millennia. Nothing is new. And back then, there wasn't this so-called rise of white supremacy either. So, in conclusion to my argument, I would say that let the black woman express herself however she wants to.
And in conclusion to my argument, I would say that you can be as free as you want. Say what you want to say and do what you want to do. But just please leave the Asian women's hair alone, because at the end of the day, they do not sell it for free, they give it away for free. They do not sell it. They do not get their money back. There is a moral thing about using somebody else's hair in your head, and the karma and the energy. You know, when they say about the energy that it puts into your body, it's negative. I'm just saying, unless you've got medical reasons for why you gotta have some real hair, I implore you to stick to synthetics, because that's what the Egyptian women were doing too. I'm just saying, like, you don't need to use somebody else's hair off their head. Yeah, scalping them and all them kind of things, stealing. My hair! You're robbing people.
All right.
For what it's worth, though, it is absolutely deception, though. I tell you what.
But you're leaving this to the audience to answer.
Can I not throw my 2 pence in there?
Go on, then.
Right. So imagine this, yeah. You go out to a club,
yeah,
right? You see a girl. She's looking hot. Hair's flowing. Yeah. Face is painted. Yeah. Hourglass shape. Yeah. You move to her. Yeah. She's having it. You're buying her the drinks and everything. Yeah. She goes back to you go back to her gaff. Sorry. Yeah. The night. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chop him. Yeah.
You wake up in the morning. You're smelling bacon. You're smelling fried breakfast. You're like, wow, what a wow! I found like a woman that's ticking all of the distance. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go downstairs, right? You go into the kitchen. You see a woman with tight cane rows.
Yes.
Yeah. The face is different, and the body shape is different. So you're like,
what?
This must be her mum. Yeah. And then you realise it's actually her, without the wig, the waist trainer, and the face painted. Yeah. That's not what he signed up to the night before. Deception.
We got to slide in that I'm gonna get you sucker clip just somehow.
I lied. I really don't have 12 inches.
No?
I hope I didn't disappoint you.
Well, I have a confession to make too.
Really?
My eyes aren't really green. You know what else?
Oh, no secret.
This is nice in the summer. Oh, wait. I am glad to get these off.
No, not that. Not the tits. Please tell me that.
They're not even the right color. This voluptuous ass of mine. Oh, wait. Guys, always get a kick out of this one. Wait. Oh, God, I feel so much
You do too.
Look, ooh, woo. Hey, you. Ooh,
No way.
I got to. I have got to.
Oh, please, Jeremy, come on. Don't make me hop after you.
Oh
Don't
my
make me
God.
hop after you.
Deception.
All right. Honorable shout outs. Just a big up to Natski, our brethren from Wadea.
She was bad.
Morning, what's morning? Go to Morgan, don't stop yawning. Rise up, get dressed, stop stalling. Ain't gonna talk on a woman in the awning. Try no, I'm a woman with backbone. Sticks or something, just leave me alone.
Exactly. She kicked off the year phenomenally. She went on to DJ AG's platform. She was live in Brixton and was spitting. She did a track and then she did some bars. It was brilliant. So big up to Natski.
Yeah, big up Natski. I loved it. I loved everything about it, especially when you did whatever his name is.
Ragarugi.
Ragarugi. Yeah, she was great. She was brilliant. Nice. Okay. Thank you guys for joining us for our first episode.
Oh, that was so good. I enjoyed that one.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't actually have to clutch my fur too many times.
Exactly. We're easing
bad.
you in. But you know what you're going to be getting. So I have my little ditties. Okay. This is what I'm going to start with this week is the crown is yours. So wear it proudly. We'll see you next week. And sound. That's what it was.
And sound what?
It was supposed to rhyme, but it didn't.
Wowly.
You're gonna need to work on that.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, they'll get better.
Wowly. You know that wow? Wowly.
That's a true brethren really trying to help you out, you know. Like you really failed and she's really trying to be like you didn't fail.
Wowly.
Okay. See you next week, guys.
Bye, guys.